This is Zulu Mongoose and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today I'm going to try to do some Arena Commander. I need to sharpen up my dogfighting skills, so I thought I'd bring you along. Let's see how we get on. Vandal Swarm, the Hornet. I haven't really flown much of the Hornet. I like the Cutlass Black, but I seem to run out of ammo fairly quickly, so I'll try the Hornet this time. And let's go for Dying Star because I like that. Now I've seen quite a few people doing this on some other YouTube videos, and it's a bit intimidating, I must say. I would say I'm not the best at flying the ship so far, so hopefully this should hone the skills a little bit and give me some of the, I believe it's called Rec, which is the money that you can use to upgrade some of your weapons in game. I'll do a video on how to do that. So, but let's see how we get on here. So I'm starting to get used to some of the keys now, and it's T to target, and I think that's the target the closest. And one of the things I keep messing up with is sitting still. You know, you slow down to kind of try to angle yourself, but actually sitting still seems to be the worst thing to do, because then you become a big sit and duck. And I thought that was going to crash into me then, so that's good. As you can see, there's a nice yellow, orange arrow which highlights where the next target is, and as you can see I'm using the gimbal at the moment for my weapons again, just because I find it a little bit easier. Not great for flying, because you seem to be concentrating on the gimbaled target more than the actual where you're going. But again, like I said, this is me just kind of trying to learn what to do. So I've got my secondary mouse button set up for flares, which seems to be working okay. And it's just trying to see, that's my biggest problem here. I seem to be getting close enough to kill them, but then flying into the wreckage and blowing up, which is not fun. And I'm not sure whether it's just I need to get some better weapons or I just need to fly better. But let's see how we get on. What I might do is try flying. Let's press T to target. Somebody's saying M to match velocity. So we'll try that. I'm always worried about running out of ammo as well. I'm sure that is a thing, because when I was flying the Cutlass I found that was an issue. So there's something shooting at me, so just kind of, let's call it evasive, but it's actually me just trying to figure out what to do. That's my next target. As you can see, and again this is more geared towards the new players, because I'm sure you more accomplished pilots out there already know this, but what you're trying to achieve is get that little box over the target, and I believe that's so that kind of aiming off. There you go. Oh, when it goes red, I believe that's because you're basically banking or turning too fast, and you're blacking out. And I've just got to be careful because there's a big rock in the way. Nope. Now I have noticed you've got to be fairly close before that little gimbal mark comes up, and I'm assuming that's just the optimal range for the weapons. I'm trying to get closer to this I think it's V to go fast now. Now, I suppose it's going to be better if you can just do short bursts, because depending on the weapons, they do overheat. Oh, and Aliots. Oh, it's so hard not to turn without this blacking out like. And now this is kind of, I've never actually finished one of these arenas, and I think there's something like 18 or 19 waves that I've seen on some of the other channels. Ooh. So on wave 2 now, and I believe they just get progressively harder and harder. Elite units, that's not going to be good, is it? Now, I'm not sure if I have missiles on this target. Oh, double echo. Oh, trying to find, there he is. I seem just to, it's hard not just to keep your finger on the button and just keep spamming till you get him, but again, I'm not sure what it is with regards to ammo in this. Oh, boundary. Fuck. And now I've got to find, like, there he is again. So yeah, I'm not sure what the amount of ammo is that's stored. I think because there's projectiles and there's also laser-based weaponry. So lasers are based on the power of the ship. Obviously, you can overheat, but there you go. Oh. Whereas projectiles, I'm assuming you can run out of, much like your missiles. You use up all your missiles, you're done. So I've got to be careful, as I'm not sure what weapons they are, and I'm nowhere near being able to identify what weapons they are, as I'm sure quite a few of the guys that do play this a lot will be able to do. Now, as you can see, I'm a very new pilot, but I'm not doing too bad. So I know that I've gone into a team match, and I'm just assuming that they kind of auto, what's the word? They auto team you up with people around the same sort of skill set, probably. Ooh. So obviously, just to make sure that you're all going along the same sort of, or you're at the same skill levels. Let's have a look where we're going next. Target T. Now, again, I'm not sure what how the points are divvied out and how you get the rec, whether it's done on your how many you've killed, or how much you've supported the rest of the team. And you just won't die, will you? Ah. Oh, I'm being hammered. Shields down, that's not good. How do I do shields? There you go. Power to shields. Now, I actually think my shield generator's down, because I've moved all my power to shields, and yet there's nothing. You might be able to see down the bottom left that my shields are just not recharging right now, so I'm assuming that I'm pretty much buggered, I think is the apt word for it. So let's just see what I can do. Now, I've put all power to shields, which means my thrusters are going to be rubbish. And my weapons are not going to be great either. I just want to kind of try to build some of those shields up. For some reason, it's only doing the back. And again, I'm just kind of assuming that it's because everything's balked. So let's just do what we can with what we got. Ugh. Oh no, I have actually got some shields coming up, so that's good. Let me just dodge around a bit, see if I can just get my shields to come up a little bit more. Okay, and as you can see at the top left, you can see that I've diverted all the power to shield, so now I'm going to press 0 and then it puts it back to the middle. I'm assuming I just got hammered by a load of missiles and that's why they came down to nothing. Oh. I tried the other map, but I found it was just too bright. Oh, and now I have no weapons. Oh, how do I have no weapons? Do I have... Now see, I've pressed a button somewhere and now I have no weapons. I press 4. Oh, no. Oh, oh no, I'm fucked. Let's press 0 again. Oh, see, this is what happens when you start pressing buttons. Oh. So, there's a lesson to you guys. When you're in the middle of a fight, don't start pressing buttons, because all of a sudden you'll have no weapons. Okay, let's get back in the fight. So it looks like I've run out of respawns as well after this. So this is my last chance. Not going to win any awards, obviously. But I suppose it's just about the practice at the end of the day. Oh, Vixen's being chased by everything. Do you know what? If you wouldn't get done for copyright issues, it'd be worth playing the Top Gun music right now. We must be getting close now. Yeah, come on. Oh. Fired enough rounds there to kill several ships. Oh, I thought I had him. Obviously not. There, you got him that time. Next one is above me. Oh. Oh, try not to black out. Oh, come on. Now I'm sure I'm doing exactly the same as what everybody else does when they're playing this game, and your head is just bobbing all over the place as you're playing this. And it's a good job I'm the only one that can see me doing this, because I'm sure I look very silly. Yeah. I say yeah, but we're still on wave 5 of 19. Oh, die for God's sake. Oh, oh. And what I might do after this is just go into the hangar and check out what guns are actually on this, because it could be, if this is lasers, I can just go nuts. Oh, I can just go nuts and just keep firing, and then all I need to worry about is the guns overheating, which means they start firing slower until they cool down. And lots of rocks. Yeah, so and again, I'm just a little bit worried at the moment about just keep firing and using up all my ammo if that is the case. I think there's also one of the arenas where you actually play against other players, which in no way am I ready for that. But, you know, again, it's all about practice. Now, I'm aware that in the, I think it was around the verse last week, they mentioned that the way that dogfighting actually works at the moment is going to change, and they're going to be slowing down all of the ships, which, you know, for a new player might actually be helpful. And it's to stop the strafing. So as you can see with the AIs, they kind of move around, and it's all fairly I wouldn't say easy, but it's a lot more possible to hit them. And what I found is in the verse where you're actually fighting other people when you're around some of the arrays and that, you end up what they call strafing, which basically just means it's almost like jousting. You start heading towards each other really fast, both firing guns, with the hope that you hit each other on the way. And I believe that's what they're trying to remove, or at least reduce, is that sort of gameplay. Missiles everywhere. So they're trying to reduce that sort of gameplay and make it a lot more dogfighty, if dogfighty is an actual word. So actually make it a bit more where you are basically tailing each other, or that is the aim of the game, rather than sort of jousting. It's actually about brawling, which I think will be a good thing. I say good thing for me because, you know, I'm just starting to play, so it's not going to be a massive change for me. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few players out there which have been used to playing with the faster ships, and that's what their skill set has kind of developed around. But I'm sure it wouldn't take long for those guys to still be kicking my ass. Come on. Yeah, I know. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, is that all of them? Well, I don't think I'm going to make it to the end of this, but I think it's actually an improvement on the last time I played this. I think my first target is just to actually make it to the end. So I hope everybody's excited about CitizenCon on the weekend. I'm sure we'll see lots of nice new demos and updates. And hopefully get some firmer dates about Squadron 42. That's dead. Because I think that's what a lot of people just want, is not that we don't need to know everything, but even just a guideline. You know, something will be released, whatever that may be, in quarter X. You know, that's something at the end of the day, isn't it? And it gives us something to look forward to. It's a bit like having a holiday. You know, it's always good to have something to look forward to. And I'm really looking forward to the new kind of gameplay or mechanics of the use of cargo Whilst I'm never going to be a pirate, obviously by my skill set of shooting stuff, I am interested in how, oh, that was close, how cargo can be moved around, and the potential for making a small amount of money running cargo around. And I'd like to know how that's actually going to work, because at the moment there's only really, I suppose there's a couple of places it could be bought and sold from, but I wonder if they actually are going to bring in a new area or a new site, so you are then able to transfer or move resources as part of that gameplay. Let's get a bit closer. I'm sure one of these buttons makes you go a bit faster, or maybe not. Right, coming to help you, Vixen. I'm not sure whether that's a help or a hindrance, but let's give it a go. So have you guys actually thought about corporations? I looked at the how to start a corporation, and there's actually different types of corporations you can actually create. I think there's the normal corporation, or there's one which is more around, I think it was a religion or something. Looks quite interesting. So you can actually define what it is that your corp wants to do in game. I've just created a box standard corp, which is going to be industry based, because I'm not a great fighter, obviously. But that's what I'm interested in regards to gameplay. I'm interested in the PvE side, so it's going to be the mining, the salvaging, trading. I haven't seen anything around actually building. The videos I have seen, it's been more about the NPCs requesting the materials, and then I believe it's the NPCs that actually create the ships, etc. I haven't seen anything other than, I think it's one of the big capital ships that can have the research pod. Well, it's like a big circle. It's a capital size ship. I've got it written down somewhere, where you can actually research the modules, and I'm assuming then sell them on. So you get a box standard module. Come on. Yeah, so you get a box standard module you could find or buy, and then you could actually research it and make it a much better item, which for a for a corporation, or even for a salvager, would actually be quite a good thing. Oh, that's not good. So that's all I've seen around the creation of items or artifacts, or whatever you want to call that. But I haven't actually seen anything around, the ability to build ships, which I think is quite a good dynamic. We're responsible for getting the resources, especially at the start. It's not, maybe it's something that can be developed later on in the game, but right now, come on, die. Yeah, right now, just being able to just provide the resources is, and especially if it's real time, the more people that play, the more ships potentially that need to be built, and as long as that dynamic is maintained, it gives it, it actually puts a real life supply and demand mechanism in place. If the NPCs need to build new ships because they're the insurance people have been paying up, then then new contracts go out for new resources, and those contracts need to be fulfilled, and possibly the money for those contracts then would raise or fall based on the actual need of the items. I'm actually lasting longer than I thought I would. Oh. No, I'm actually not caring as much now about ammo, so I'm assuming I've got some sort of laser weapon on this. It doesn't seem to be overheating that much. Excellent. Shield's full. That's what we like to hear. Where's my buddies? Oh, that's close. Target. Now I hear that there's going to be a very expensive ship that goes on sale this weekend, the Corvette. Not something I'd be interested in personally. I'm sure there are people out there that are very serious about the corporation. Oh, crap. And would see that sort of ship as an asset to their organisation. For me, it's, you know, for looking at the scope and the specs and everything, it looks more like a warship, and I do believe that's what it's meant to be for. Oh, that's not good. I've got lots of smoke coming out. Oh no! Oh, oh, I'm all over the shop now. And obviously that's been announced, and I think it's going to be like $800 or something, or $750, which is a lot of money. I'm not aware if there are any other ships going on sale as part of that as well. Oh, there we go. Oh, no wreck. That's not good. So, whether there's any other ships actually going to go up for sale or not, I don't know. I've not heard or seen anything to say that there would be. It would be good if there was. Press X. Otherwise, I believe that there's an anniversary sale that happens in November, which is where I'd probably assume that a lot of those ships would then go up for sale then. So we'll just have to wait and see. Unless you guys actually know. Let me know. Put down something down in the comments later on if you know of any resources where it actually states what ships are going to be on sale this weekend, if it is just that Corvette or whether there's actually something else as well. Right, I'm not going to bore you anymore. I'm going to keep going at this and see if I can increase my skill set somehow. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I really am enjoying this. Even the RP side, which, you know, so some of the guys are actually making up their own content, you know, by freeing the outpost, and you know, it's, whilst there's not a lot of content in the game, it's good to see guys out there actually creating their own content, which is actually quite fun. Although sometimes it can get annoying when you've got your own sort of things you want to do, and yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit annoying, but then, you know, that's what it is. It'd be good if we can have people stop. I'd not stop stealing ships, because again, that's going to be part of the game mechanic at the end of the day. The ability to sell ships, but steal ships. But what I'd like to see is something more where, when you get onto a ship for the first time and you're getting ready to take off, that somebody's not actually crept in behind you whilst you're getting into the pilot seat, ready to pop a cap on the back of your head as you fly out of the armistice zone. It's happened a couple of times. Again, it's not something that's you know, it's kind of to be expected, I suppose, but doesn't really inspire gameplay at this point. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed or had a good giggle at my rubbish gameplay. I will try to do better, and hopefully I shall see you soon in the verse. This is Zulu Mongoose, and let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know if there's something you'd like me to cover off. Or add me in game. It's Zulu Mongoose, or one word. And I look forward to hearing from you guys or seeing you in game. Okay, bye bye.